Dear Lauren Moss MLA, honored seniors, and distinguished guests, I am delighted to welcome you all to our seniors event, SLAFA Wellness Night. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather here today and pay my respects to their elders past and present. August is the seniors month. Tonight we gather not only to celebrate but to express our deep gratitude for the invaluable contributions our seniors have made to our community. Your wisdom, your experience, dedication have laid the foundation for the thriving community we enjoy today. Your stories inspire us, your guidance strengthens us, and your presence enriches our lives immeasurably. I'm sure you will enjoy the souvenir books we made with important messages from seniors, expert health talks, and Kota NT Senior Voice newspaper, seniors card directories provided by Kota NT, and a lot of music and dancing. Make sure you register with Kota NT to get the monthly edition of their Seniors Voice newspaper. I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining here tonight. And I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the wonderful support and funding received by the NT government. Thanks to our sponsors, supporters, wonderful performers, my dedicated committee, and my family always there with me. Hope you enjoy the night. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirvansi. Now, let's kick off our evening with an electrifying Bollywood mashup dance by the talented duo Shania and Ekna. We hope you will enjoy. Thank you, Shania and Ekna. We are deeply honoured to have Lauren Moss, MLA, here with us tonight. Please join me in welcoming her to the stage to address the audience.
I'll just use this one. How about that? Good evening, everybody. Look, it's always an absolute privilege and honour to be able to come along to the Sri Lankan Association events, and there are many of them throughout the year to mark different things that we celebrate as a community, from International Women's Day through to the wonderful month that we're in, which is Seniors Month. And Seniors Month really is an important time for us to recognise the contribution that you have made and continue to make to our community, as in our workplaces, as volunteers in many, many organisations throughout the Northern Territory, and within your families, within our economy. And it's incredibly important that we share the knowledge that's out there and the services that are around to support you. I will say I did see Namala at the Seniors Expo, collecting a really big pile of information to bring together in this event tonight. So, you know, as I always say, there's a lot of people working very hard behind the scenes to make sure that the broader community gets some fantastic opportunities to learn. So thank you, Namala, to you and your committee. And I would strongly encourage you to pick up one of these books. It's wonderful to see the reflections from so many members of your community about their time here in the Northern Territory and the people that inspire them. And you should take the time to read that, but also to get all of the information about the month ahead and the services that are available. Many of those calendars and things are also available at pretty much every electorate office as well. So if you miss out tonight, feel free to pop in and grab one from your local electorate office. But look, have a fabulous Seniors Month. Make sure you get out and do as much as possible. And well done, SLAFA, on another, what is going to be another wonderful event.
Thank you, Lauren Moss. Up next, we have a beautiful Sinhala song sung by Janaki Wanigasekara. This song was originally performed by the legendary Malini Bulatsinhala, a Sri Lankan classical singer. Please welcome Janaki to the stage.
එන්වලා කල්ගිය රිදිවරනේ නෑ මට වාවන්නේ හිනානුවේ මා හඳවාපත් මේරයාවේ රජ පෙදුරක ඉපදී හිටියානම් නුඹත් රජෙකි පුතුනේ හිරිකඩ බාගෙන පුල්ලතුයි කිලේ අද නුඹේ සිරියහනේ හිනානුවේ මා හඳවාපන් මේරයාමේ.
CODA NT is known as the Council on the Aging Northern Territory. It is the leading non-for-profit organization representing the rights and interests of people over 50 in the Northern Territory. Please welcome Amaya to give an account on the programs and services they provide.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm delivering this message on behalf of Cecilia, who unfortunately couldn't be here due to testing positive for COVID-19. She sends her apologies and hopes to join you all in another event. Today, I would like to talk to you about CODA NT and the programs we offer to support our senior communities. First of all, I'll introduce who's CODA NT. CODA NT, the Council on the Aging Northern Territory, is the peak body dedicated to representing senior Territorians. Since 1969, we have been raising awareness of the valuable contributions of senior Territorians and providing essential programs, services, and support. Our programs. We offer a variety of programs designed to improve the health, well-being, and social engagement of seniors. Some of our key activities are Pilates. They have the Pilates on Monday, 9:30 a.m. Strong and functional fitness classes on Tuesday, 9 a.m. Musical jam sessions on Tuesday at 10:15 a.m. Seated acrobatics on Wednesdays, 9:30 a.m. And our Common Threads cultural group on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Tai Chi on Thursdays at 9:15 with a beginner session from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. These activities are conducted in a safe and secure environment, with discount available for CODA NT financial members. However, membership is not required to attend and everyone is welcome. CODA NT for Sinhalese clients booklet. This booklet detailed all the programs and activities we offer. It also explains how you can become a member and the benefits of joining CODA NT. Just to mention a few, PICAC program. This program focuses on providing culturally appropriate care for seniors from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds. The last 2 pages of the booklet contains a checklist, something to think about when you access the aged care services and sign a contract with an aged care service provider. Your rights to access interpreters and to receive information in your preferred language is something I'm very passionate about. Aged Care Navigator Program. This program helps seniors understand and access My Aged Care, providing individual support to navigate the aged care system. Our Aged Care Navigator is also making home visits for those who cannot deliver to the city. Seniors Card Program. This program offers seniors discounts on goods and services across the Northern Territory through the NT Seniors Card. Seniors Card Directory. This directory lists various discounts available to seniors across the Northern Territory. It is a valuable resource for finding savings on Google and services. Senior Voice Newsletter. The latest issue contains updates and information relevant to seniors, including health tips, community events, and changes in government policies. We hope these resources will be helpful to you and your community. If you have any questions or need further assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Our offices are open every day from 9 to 3 p.m. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you a wonderful event.
Thank you, Amaya. Now let's enjoy a classic English song, Fly Me to the Moon, originally performed by Frank Sinatra and sung today by the incredibly talented Tiara Kumarasinga. Please welcome Tiara to the stage.
We're gonna go on with the next item. So the next item is a speech by a physician from Royal Darwin Hospital, Dr. Carmeline Mofa, about healthy living. Please welcome her to the stage.
Good evening. I would like to pay my respects to the Larikia people of this land on which we meet today, and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. I'm Carmeline. I work as a specialist physician at Royal Darwin Hospital. I would like to start off by thanking SLAFA for inviting me to deliver this talk today. Health is defined by the World Health Organization as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. A holistic approach to well-being, as well as the importance of preventive medicine, is highlighted or emphasized in this definition, which we still use today. I hope to talk about some important complications that we encounter as we age, starting with dementia. As some of you may know, dementia is a condition that primarily affects the brain. It is not a normal part of aging. Significant memory loss is not the only feature of dementia as is popularly known, but also there are abnormalities that happen in other important domains, such as thinking. So for example, someone with dementia will get confused very often and will have problems in concentrating, planning, and problem solving. They also have problems in their mood, which is common, where they may appear less motivated or sociable and easily get anxious or agitated. And lastly, the behavior is affected quite often, where they may say or do things that are not in keeping with their character and may wander aimlessly in their homes or outside. Unfortunately, there's no cure for dementia, but it can be prevented. So what are the preventive strategies? Physical activity is one of the important strategies that could prevent dementia as we age. So what is recommended is that adults aged 65 years and above should engage in at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise throughout the week, which accounts to about 20 minutes daily or 30 minutes 5 days a week. Or if one can, 75 minutes of vigorous intensity aerobic exercise a week. Now it's also important that these activities should be performed in bouts of at least 10 minutes. After 10 minutes you can take a break and continue with the rest. So here are some examples of moderate intensity aerobic activity, and as you can see, taking a brisk walk or gardening, something that can be done relatively easily for most of us, by most of us, or also falls into this category. Vigorous intensity aerobic activity is obviously more physically strenuous, but running, digging, shoveling, such like heavy gardening, is also counted as a vigorous intensity activity. Now it's important that one chooses an activity that they like to do rather than do it for the sake of doing, in which case it won't be sustainable. And those who cannot do the recommended amount of physical activity, it is advised that they stay as physically active as their conditions allow them to. The second most important preventive strategy is to maintain healthy nutritional state, where you eat a balanced and healthy diet. And the Mediterranean diet has been found to be superior in this regard. And I believe someone else will talk about healthy diet later on in the evening, so I will move on. Stopping tobacco completely, as well as alcohol, or reducing it to a safe limit, has been shown to prevent dementia. So what's the safe limit for alcohol? In healthy men and women, it's no more than 10 standard drinks a week and no more than 4 standard drinks on any one day. So what's a standard drink? This illustrates the various volumes of common alcoholic beverages that we consume, which account for a standard drink. The percentage of alcohol is what determines the volume that is safe for us. Staying cognitively active, meaning exercising the brain as much as we exercise our bodies, is also important and has been shown to probably prevent dementia. How can we do this? So pursuing lifelong learning and not stopping after a certain age. For example, learning new skills, taking on new hobbies that one might like is an example. And also engaging in or playing board games, puzzles, and even video games for that matter, has been shown to be cognitively challenging and has been shown to be of benefit. Being socially engaged has been shown to probably prevent dementia, but the evidence is not as strong as the other factors that I spoke just now. But given that it has lots of advantages and benefits, it's highly recommended that we stay socially active, we continue to be socially active as we age. And being overweight, as well as importantly underweight, are risk factors for the development of dementia. So make sure that you have an ideal body weight, which can be calculated if you know your height and weight. And lastly, for dementia, it's important to optimize other medical conditions that one might have. For example, high blood pressure, diabetes, and bad cholesterol, dyslipidemia, starting from midlife, has been shown to prevent the development of dementia. So that's all I have to say about dementia, but getting on to the next topic, which is on falls. We know that falls are more frequent as one ages, and the reasons are multifactorial. But it's important that we prevent falls because we know the consequences of a fall are not nice. It's not just the pain, disability, and deformity that leads to a significant reduction in the quality of life, but it can also reduce the quantity of one's life. So how do we prevent falls? Again, regular exercise is important in this regard, but this time targeting strength and balance. So balance training 3 or more days a week, at least 3 days a week, and muscle strengthening 2 days a week, a minimum. And what the exercises that are illustrated here, as you can see, are relatively simple and can be done easily in the comfort of one's own home. Again, I think there's going to be a talk later on, so I will move on. There'll be a talk a little bit more detail with some demonstrations, I believe, about this topic. How else do we prevent falls? So it's very simple, basic things like optimizing medical conditions that one might have that predisposes one to fall, like visual impairment. So make sure your vision is checked and is optimal. If someone is falling very frequently, especially if it's associated with dizziness, it's good to meet your GP and see whether any of your medications need to be modified. And those who fall frequently will benefit from a review by an occupational therapist who can recommend equipment to walk safely, as well as will come home and suggest environmental modifications if needed. And the importance of safe footwear cannot be overemphasized in preventing falls. So what makes a shoe safe? In order to hold the foot firmly, obviously lasers or a strong fastener will help, and the supporting collar at the back should preferably be high to prevent the foot from slipping out of the shoe, and a low and a square heel helps improve the stability, and a thin, firm midsole will obviously help in kind of recognizing or feeling the undersurface better. And a slip-resistant sole is obviously advantageous. Moving on to the last topic, which is osteoporosis. We all may know that osteoporosis is a condition that affects the bone as we age. It's more commonly seen in women after the menopause because of the lack of the protective effect of the hormone estrogen on their bones. In an osteoporotic bone, the bone thins out, leaving large gaps between the bony matrix, making one susceptible to having fractures even after a low insult injury, such as falling from a standing height. How can this be diagnosed? There's a special scan that one needs to do called a DEXA scan, and all females above 65 years are recommended to have this scan. Some men and women, even before 65 years, will be asked to do this scan if they have clinical risk factors for osteoporosis. But otherwise, it's generally recommended for women, especially after a certain age. There is treatment for osteoporosis, which is good once detected, but I think the more important thing would be to see how you could prevent it altogether. Again, regular exercise is first and foremost, and having an adequate amount of protein in your diet is very important. As a matter of fact, taking above the recommended requirement of dietary protein for a day has been shown to prevent osteoporosis. And the conventional risk factors such as smoking and alcohol should be prevented, and ensuring that your vitamin D and calcium levels are normal in the blood is also important. So that's all I have to say for today, but I'd like to finish off with this quote by Abraham Lincoln, who said, "In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years." So let's make the necessary changes we know will lead to a more healthy and enjoyable life. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kami. That was great information. Now we'd like to call Malika Ranasinghe to the stage again to sing a Sinhala karaoke song.
Thank you, Malika, for that absolutely beautiful performance. For our next item, an exercise physiologist from Inner Balance Health is going to walk you through a presentation about weight-bearing exercises and resistance training in order to stay away from osteoporosis. We're lucky to have Inner Balance here and appreciate their kind support for this event by printing some brochures for us. Make sure you get the maximum out of this session and get a brochure before you leave. Please welcome Callie Brown to the stage.
Hi all, thank you so much for having us. We're so grateful to be here. It's amazing. It's such a beautiful event for the seniors especially. So I'm Rihanna, I also work at Inner Balance Health, and this is Kaylee, our wonderful exercise physiologist. Both of us mostly focus on seniors' health with our careers, which is pretty amazing, and both absolutely cherish our jobs. So it's really incredible what we can do for the seniors population here in Darwin. I will hand it over to lovely Kaylee, who's put together this beautiful PowerPoint to educate us all on osteoporosis.
So I know we just heard from the lovely doctor before a bit about what osteoporosis is, but just a reminder, It is when, with aging, we do have a reduction in our bone mineral density, unfortunately. However, osteoporosis is when there's an even bigger reduction than normal, and it can increase your risk of injury. One of the big risks with osteoporosis is when you fall, you are more likely to fracture your bones. First, we'll just briefly touch on some of the risk factors again. So there's some non-modifiable risk factors which we can't really change. That's about like being the female gender and especially going into early menopause, your family history, and as I said before, aging. Some that we can slightly change is that there are certain medications and conditions. So if we try and help slow the decline or improve some of the other health conditions we have, making sure that we do have appropriate nutrition and taking care of that. As before said, not smoking or having excessive alcohol, and what I'm about to talk about is being physically active. And then this is just a little bit more about the impacts of osteoporosis. So the most common injury sites from when you fall are in your vertebrae, so your bones in your back, your wrist and your hip. And unfortunately, as we do know, if you have a fall, it can really impact your quality of life. It can also make you more afraid to fall and reduce your confidence. And just make everyday living a bit harder. So let's talk about what exercise we do to kind of help prevent osteoporosis. So the three main types of exercise that we do is impact loading, progressive resistance training, and balance exercises. So the impact loading is it's exercises that jolt or rapidly load your bone. So if I was to stomp my foot, for example, that's sending a load through my bone, so it helps send a signal to the bones to maintain or slow the decline of your bone mineral density. These exercises are really important to help slow the decline of the bone. We also want... we have progressive resistance training. So with the progressive resistance training, that's all your strength training or lifting weights and improving your muscle mass. When you increase your muscle mass, that helps put strain on the bones, which is a healthy stress response for your bones, and they will adapt and make them stronger. But also having stronger muscles helps with your everyday living and being able to maintain and do your activities of daily living that you want to continue to be able to do. We also really encourage balance training because, as I said before, with osteoporosis, one of the main risks is when you fall that you do fracture and injure yourself. So we really want to work on balance to help reduce that risk. And now we'll go into a bit of the different types of examples of those exercises. So for the impact loading, you want to be doing it on 4 to 7 days per week, so most days if you can. And like I said, it's those exercises that are rapidly jolting your bones. They don't have to be too high intensity, but you do want a quick, large stimulus through them. So it can be either stomping, going up steps, jump roping, heel drops, and just hopping and bounding in different directions. So doing exercises that are safe for you. But these are a few of our impact loading exercises. You want to do about 10 to 20 repetitions of each in a row, have a little bit of a rest between, and do 3 to 5 sets of each. We also have our progressive resistance training. So with our progressive resistance training, that's our strength training we were talking about before. You want to do that at least 2 days per week. And with it, you want to focus on those sites we were talking about that are really prone to being fractured with osteoporosis and when falling. So you want to make sure you're strengthening your wrist, shoulders, back. You really want to also work on your core and abdominal muscles and your legs. So some of the examples that we can do are sit to stand. So if you can't squat, you can do a sit to stand to a chair. You can do also lunges, wall push-ups, back extension to help strengthen your spinal muscles. You can do rows, which also help with those back muscles. We have banded hip kicks, so that we strengthen our hip muscles in all different directions as well. And you want to try and do 8 to 12 repetitions of each exercise for about 2 to 3 sets for this one. And you do want it to be at that higher intensity as well. And this is also some of the balance training that we encourage people to do. So there's two main types of balance, and then we have our dual tasking with it. So static balance is when you're able to just stand still and not moving. So if you're standing on one leg, we want to be able to maintain this position. But when we're going out in our everyday activities of life, we're not always just standing still on the spot. We're moving. So we also want to practice our balance exercises when you're moving. So if you're doing a heel to toe walk and being able to balance while doing that, we also add in what we call our dual tasking. So where you're not just doing the balance exercise by itself, but you can also do a mental task. So you can go through your 3 times tables. Otherwise, you can also do other physical tasks like standing on one leg and playing catch with somebody. So these are the 3 main types of exercise that we do to help with the prevention of osteoporosis. Another great form of exercise that we can do is Pilates.
Thank you. So we have a few Pilates specialists at our clinic, and we also specialise in seniors reformer Pilates. We offer 2 classes at the moment at 11 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we are going to be adding some more because they're becoming fully booked. It's absolutely an incredible way to increase strength through your bones, increase muscle strength, and just create such a change for our seniors' health. And what better way to do it than lay down, right? You're laying down, but you're getting all of that strength and resistance through the machines, and all we have to do is change the resistance with changing a few springs. So Pilates is just an incredible way. Not only is it helping with our bone structure and support through the spring loading, obviously, but it's also helping with balance and coordination, which is huge, with falls being our leading cause of injury and hospitalisation for the elderly. So highly recommend getting amongst it. We also do have events in August with CODA doing Reformer Pilates, so hugely popular at Inner Balance in August for our Reformer Pilates classes. We do have some brochures and exercise timetables going around if anyone would like to have a look at that as well. So yeah, thank you so much for your attention, and we're super grateful for being here.
Thank you, Inner Balance Health. That was very valuable information for all of us. That concludes our first half of the night. We will now have a 15-minute dinner break. Feel free to have a wander and take a look at some of the valuable informative booklets from CODA NT, Arthritis NT, and cancer prevention programs done by Red Cross NT. Make sure you buy your dinner and return to your seats as early as possible so we can resume the second half of the event without much delay. a school in Sri Lanka to buy cooking equipment. We also want to remind you to talk to the AECET Programs and Services information desk. With that, we're going to resume the second half of our event. So we'd like to ask you to return to your seats, please.
Our next item is an appreciation and farewell to Ms. Leela Money Goodman. Leela Money has been an integral part of our community. She is engaged in many community services and was awarded an Order of Australia Medal in 2010. Leela Money will be leaving Darwin soon, so we would like to take this opportunity to bid her a farewell. I would like to call upon Kumi Darwin to say a few words about Leela Money.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here on the request of Nirmala, Dr. Nirmala, our president, to say a few words about Leela. So, Mrs. Leela Indrani Gunaratnam came to Darwin in 1983 with her husband Mahen and son Lakshman, their only son. They migrated to Darwin after having lived in Hong Kong for many years. My parents had mutual friends in Hong Kong, so we knew of their impending migration to Darwin. So once they settled in, my mother was very excited to find out that Leela was related to her, because Leela maiden name was Edrivira, and my mother had an aunt who was married to another Edrivira who's her uncle and father. So there we go. They say the world is small, and here we go, we meet a relative in Darwin. And from then on, from 1983, we've been firm friends, so that's 40-year friendship with my parents and with me. Once they settled in Darwin, Leela's life became a world of social activity. She was very much the social butterfly. She became involved in the community, and joining the church groups, SLAFA, Indian Association, Tamil Society, and many other charity organizations. She was every year, she supported the Christmas Bowl appeal for many years and was a convener for it. And they raised a lot of funds for Red Cross and people in difficulties in different countries. In addition to this, so she volunteered with Red Cross. She used to go around with Meals on Wheels. Another thing she did was take the tea trolley around and talk to patients. Then she also was, as we said, the social butterfly. She was recognized throughout Darwin for her famous the portu and her saris, beautiful silk saris. She was always very well dressed, and her very high-heeled shoes. Sorry ladies, she is one that's not going to give up the high-heeled shoes. With all these achievements, that she did a myriad of social work and volunteer work. One of the very things that strikes a chord in me is she used, in her later years, she used to read to this blind person who go every week and sit with him and read books to him for an hour. He was very appreciative of it. Not only with her charity work, but she took pains every year to host the breast cancer morning tea. And many of you friends have attended her functions and supported her charity events. But she was also very much a social butterfly, like I said before, had wonderful parties, and lots of her friends are here from the wider community. And it's going to be sad to see you go away, Leela, but this is for the best. Yeah, you will be joining your son in Adelaide, and I think the time has come that she has to take. Thank you very much for all you have done in the community, and for the 2010 Order of Australia Medal, which was the achievement for doing all the volunteer work in the community. Thank you again for your presence and for your participation.
So, few more things about Leela Mani. So she, while holding down full-time employment, she worked in the evenings and on weekends doing charity work. Among her main contributions, she worked as a convener of Christmas Ball Appeal in Darwin, which fundraises for people stricken by natural and man-made disaster for many years. I would like to call upon Leela Mani here so that everyone can see her well. Do you mind coming here, please? No. Thank you for that. So, a few more things about Leela Mani. She delivered meals to people as part of the Meals on Wheels program and teaches English to migrants. She is a member of community groups, including the Sri Lankan Australian Festival Association, Indian Cultural Association, Red Cross Disaster Relief Team, and the Tamil Society of the Northern Territory. Leela Mani was one of the people chosen by the Sydney Olympic 2000 committee to run with the torch. She also is an educator volunteer with the NT Museum and Art Gallery. Leela Mani was awarded Medal of Australia Award in 26th of January 2010 and honored the Medal of Super Volunteer in 2010 Queen's Birthday Honours List. Thank you so much. I just going to give you a little present.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for inviting us tonight. We're a community choir that meets on Wednesday evenings at Essington School, just for 1 hour, 7 to 8, and we all love singing together. So if you feel like joining us, you're most welcome to come on Wednesday evenings. Thank you. Let me sing it. The music stand. I sing this.
Sorry.
I think we're just about ready to go now. Everybody's got their music and everybody's ready. We're doing 3 songs. I don't think they need any introduction. I'm sure you'll know them, and if you'd like to, please join in.
So
sure we'd all like to catch a falling star, so please feel welcome to join in with our Catch a Falling Star.
Please put your hands together again for the choir performance. Next up, we have Jessica Teeny, an accredited exercise physiologist from Vitality Health and Rehab, who is here to inform you on balance and prevention of falls. Let's give her a warm welcome to the stage.
Hello, a big thank you for having me, and on behalf of the team at Vitality, we wish you a wonderful Seniors Month. It's a very big privilege to be here and presenting to you all tonight. This presentation will be on falls prevention and balance training, and particularly how we can incorporate exercise into that. So firstly, falls are a very significant issue within our healthcare system. They are actually the leading cause of injuries that require hospitalisation, with 43% of injuries requiring hospitalisations, and the numbers quite similar in terms of deaths as well, so it is very, very serious. Over half of these hospitalisations as well present with a fracture. So half of these falls occur on a flat surface, so it doesn't have to be on something rocky or unsteady. It can happen at any moment, really. There are so many risk factors for falls, and obviously the more you have, the more likely you are to experience a fall. Some of them, as touched on earlier, are modifiable, and some of them are out of your control. History of falls, so having 1 or 2 falls increases your risk of then having another one in the future. Age, as we get older, that does increase our risk, as we know. The number of medications is a big one, so being on 2, 3, 4 or more medications is another thing that can increase your risk of falling. Balance disorders, sedentary behaviour, gait and mobility impairments, nutrient deficiencies, cognitive disorders, impaired vision for obvious reasons, issues, gender and living alone. So there's so many factors that can contribute to a fall occurring. And once we have a fall, there are many flow-on effects. So avoidant behaviour can occur. So if someone has a fall in a certain environment, a certain place, they may then withdraw from re-attending that place, which is really sad and impacts your quality of life. And again, withdrawal from friends, family. Like, we don't want people missing out on things out of being worried about it happening again. With that fear and that withdrawal, that can increase your time spent sedentary, which has so many other potentials for further complications. Obviously, there's economic costs. So with a fall, needing more supports and services that does come at a cost, and even the reliance on family, friends, supports and funding. So it's a big issue and there's so many factors for it. With balance training, so there's 3 types of balance training that we focus on in our clinic. So the first one being static balance. So that's just the ability to stand upright in a postural position and not lose your balance. Very, very important for things around the home in your day-to-day living. So doing dishes, washing, vacuuming, bathing, cooking, everything you do in a daily does involve static balance. So it's a very important one and a very simple one that we can challenge in clinic as well, whether it's with head turns, whether it's with closing your eyes. Static balance is something that a lot of people don't realise that it's actually getting worse until they're tested on it. The second one being dynamic balance, so that's that balance that occurs when you are changing position with your feet. So for example, walking is a very straightforward example of it, running, climbing, looking after grandchildren, being out in the community, doing everything you love to do does involve this dynamic balance. So it's another one that we like to train in clinic because it's very important for you living a full life. And the third one is a reactive balance. So that's the one to maintain your balance while being compromised externally. So a really big example of this is working in a crowd. For example, if you've got the show on the weekend, when it's busy and you've got lots of people around you, there's a lot of stimulus coming in and you're being bumped left, right and centre. That's something we want to prepare you for. We want you to be able to go out and enjoy your crowd activities. Again, being compromised externally, that can be playing with kids, playing with pets, taking your dog for a walk if they're walking on a lead, and slippery services as well. So we can practice in clinic and get you prepared for every circumstance so that you can live the life you want to live and be safe doing it. So if you are someone who does have quite compromised balance, or if you just really enjoy being in the pool, which lots of us do up in Darwin, hydrotherapy is a great way to actually train your balance. The buoyancy does provide that reduction in body weight, which is a lot nicer on many joints as we get older. You get higher blood flow, you get relaxed when you're in the pool, and you do get that strength benefit as well. And the big thing as well, if you are someone that is quite hesitant after having a pool, with the possibility of it happening again, being in a pool is quite a safe environment that we can look after you in, and definitely a service we offer through Vitality. Other community-based methods, so many, and whichever one you enjoy is the best one for you. Yoga, Tai Chi, Pilates, dancing, group fitness classes, all of the above and more. Anything you can do to get out in the community and stay engaged and challenge balance without realising is the best. And we absolutely will support you in any of your goals. Indicators for reaching out to us. So if you, and this is before a fall has even occurred, but if there's something you're concerned about, definitely get in contact with us. Prevention is the absolute best form of healthcare and something we massively support. So if you are scared of falling, or if you are starting to have near misses, you're slipping on things, you're catching yourself, and if you have any comorbidities that we've spoken about before, so you've got osteoporosis, you've got osteopenia, peripheral neuropathy and diabetes, any of the above really, reach out because we can definitely help you. In clinic, so we have so much fun doing balance training in clinic. It's something we really enjoy. And don't think it's just for the elderly as well. We do balance training people in their 40s. So it's really for everyone, but we also have so many options. So we can do gym-based sessions, we can come out to your home. If you have a pool at home, we can use your pool, or we can meet at a public one. We have open gym classes for an hour twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are a great option and a cheap option. We can provide you with a program to use in your own gym that you already have a membership at. We can do telehealth, or we can even use community gyms or parks or sports ovals, anything you like. Whatever works best for you, we can absolutely facilitate it. And we've got lots of tools and lots of fun things that we can use. Is anyone up for a little balance test? Done. Alright, if you are, and you are feeling able, willing, safe, please don't have a fall. That would just not look good. Please promise me. Alright, if you are, stand up for me. Beautiful. Alrighty. So, let's just start with feet together and let's just look left and right. Start with some left and rights. Cool. If you are not finding this challenging and you would like to progress a little bit further, go one foot slightly in front of the other. And then I want you to do the same thing. If you need something to grab onto, you need a chair. So if you can, go with your head turns. Again, if this is quite easy, stand like you're on a tightrope. Alright, is anyone starting to feel challenged? We've got some challenges, beautiful. So in this position here, we call this a tandem stance, and we aim for about 30 seconds on each leg. It can differ from each leg. And we can challenge this in so many ways. We can add ball throws in, we can have you standing on foam, we can do it with eyes closed, which I'm not going to get you guys to do. But feel free to practice at home in front of the bench. And then we can also go into single leg balance as well. And a lot of these movements you think are quite easy until you have to do them. So sometimes when we get clients come in for their initial assessment, they don't realise how challenging it is until they have to do it. But so simple, so many easy ways, and these are all things you can do at home, while you're waiting for your kettle to boil, while you're waiting for your toast in the toaster. Practice your tightrope walk up and down your hallway with something to hold on to if you need it. But yeah, if you know how to say it, then put it just like this. Oh, great. So these are contact details. Feel free to take a photo. If not, come and chat with me after the rest of the event. We have 2 clinics, one in Coconut Grove and one out in Palmerston in Yarrawonga. And we can do home visits, we can community visits, we can do anything. Reach out, we would love to meet you all. And enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Jessica, for that wonderful presentation. The next item is a saxophone piece by Tahan Abdul. He will be playing Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you, Tahan. That was a great performance. I'd now like to welcome Samantha Wright to the stage. Samantha is the Director of Wright Dietitian. We are very lucky to hear from her today.
Good evening, everyone. As I said, my name is Samantha Wright, and I'm the owner of Wright Dietitian. I'm an accredited practicing dietitian, and this evening I'll be talking about key nutrients in older adults. So just to begin with, we've heard a little bit about this evening, but osteoporosis and osteopenia happens to 65 out of 100 adults aged over 50 years old. So quite high numbers. And one important thing to take note of is once calcium is lost from the bones, it is difficult to replace. So prevention is really key in this condition. As we know, calcium is crucial for healthy teeth and bones. It also plays an important function in the nerve and muscle tissues. It's important to have adequate enough to reduce your risk of osteoporosis and fractures. An important thing to note as well is as we get older, our intake actually increases, especially in females. And another important nutrient is vitamin D, known as the sunshine vitamin. That is crucial for the absorption of calcium as well. So these two are really important together. So with vitamin D, 31% of the population are deficient, so quite high numbers. And then we have 51% of males consume less than the calcium recommended for them. And then 73% of females consume less than the calcium recommended for them. So pretty high numbers. We can kind of see where that osteoporosis number is getting quite high. And this is what I was talking about a little bit before, that our intake levels actually increase as we get older. So as you can see, we're usually around 2.5 for most of our lives, but then for males, when we get to 70 years and older, it actually goes up to 3.5 serves per day. And then for females, when we get to 50 years old, so around that menopause age, we go up to 4 serves a day. So quite high numbers, much higher than what we're typically having in our younger years. And just a bit of an overview on what a serve of dairy is. So a cup of milk, milk alternatives, a cup is worth it if you have 100 grams of calcium per 100 mils. Just make sure you're looking for that they're fortified with calcium. And then we've got other things, 3/4 cups of yogurt, half a cup of evaporated milk, half a cup of ricotta cheese, and then you've got some non-dairy options there, such as 100 grams of almonds with skin. You have a half cup of canned pink salmon with the bones. You have 100 grams of tofu as well. So just some things to be mindful of what a serve is. Now going to vitamin D. So vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin, and we get 80% of it roughly from the sun. So there is food sources of vitamin D, but it's just not as prevalent. So mainly they're found in things, in food sources such as oily fish, margarine, fortified milks, and sun-exposed mushrooms. So not many sources, and you're best getting it from the sun. But we know that the sun, too much exposure increases our risk of sun cancer. So we need to be a bit mindful of when we get this sun exposure. The best way to do it is through incidental day-to-day exposure in the early morning or the late afternoon, and when the UV is below 3. And you can check that out by going online, because the UV checkers online. But if you're finding that you don't think you're getting it out in the sun enough, you have a job that you maybe aren't able to go outside, you're covered up in your skin is covered up a lot, or you're just unable to get outside, it's worth going to get your vitamin D levels checked, and we can look down the road of doing some vitamin D supplementation. Another key nutrient is protein. So protein is really important to prevent muscle loss, maintain strength, and reduce our risk of falls, which is very important. And a really simple way of knowing how to get adequate protein is just when you're consuming your meals, 1/4 of your plate be protein. So that can be from real protein sources such as meat, seafood, eggs, cheese, yogurt, tofu, legumes, nuts, seeds. Many different options there, but important just to try and reach that target to help get adequate levels. And then just a couple other ones. So we have omega-3 fats. They're really great for brain function and memory. They also help reduce our risk of heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis. So the ways that we can get some food sources of that is through oily fishes. So we recommend 2 servings of oily fish per week to help get those omega-3s. If not, it's in some other sources such as flax seeds and walnuts and soybeans. Another important nutrient to be mindful of is vitamin B12. So that's really important to create red blood cells that carry oxygen, and it also is important for nerve function. So the important thing about B12 is that it's found in animal foods. So if you're a vegan or follow a vegan diet, it's worth noting to try and make sure the foods that you have are fortified with B12. If not, you may need to look down the route of a supplementation, which you'll get advised by a health professional and get your levels checked out before doing so. But some of the food sources of B12 include meat, fish, milk, cheese, and eggs. And so just a bit of an overview, prevention is key. It's much easier to prevent a deficiency than it is to treat a deficiency. So having a balanced diet and just being mindful of the vitamins that we just talked about, so calcium, vitamin D, protein, omega-3, and vitamin B12. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha. I'm sure everyone gained a lot of valuable insights. Now, please welcome Chintika Vijay to the stage for a captivating performance of the English classic Save the Last Dance by Michael Bublé. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Dance with a guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile, every smile for the man who held your hand beneath the pale moonlight. So don't forget to stay kitty on, man, who's of you gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine, the lights sparkling wine, go and have your fun. Laugh and sing, but while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. But don't forget to stay kitty on, man, whose love you're gonna be. Save the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? I will never ever let you go. I love you oh so much. You can dance, go and carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. And if he asks, can he walk you home? You must tell him no. But don't forget to stay kitty home, and all you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Music's fine like sparkling wine, go and have your fun. Laugh and sing, but while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. But don't forget to stay kitty home, and love you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. So don't forget to stay kitty home. save the last dance for me? Oh, baby, won't you save the last dance for me? Oh, you make a promise that you save the last dance for me. Save the last dance, the very last dance for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Chindraka. Now it is my honor to introduce Dr. Mahendra, the head of the Department of Ophthalmology at Royal Darwin Hospital. He's going to talk to you about how to achieve happiness in mind.
My dear friends. Hello, my dear friends. First of all, I would like to thank you all for me to have here for this opportunity to talk to you all. I like to pay my respect to this land, owners of this private care people, like past, present, and elders. My topic is how to be happy in life. It's a very big topic. I don't think anybody can talk in 5 to 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you some few tips to stimulate your thoughts. The tips that I'm going to give, I hope that it will stimulate your thoughts. I'm not going to talk about education, jobs, earning, big jobs, big house, fancy cars, and that is called lifestyle. Everybody has different lifestyle. Lifestyle give you moment of happiness. That is called illusions of happiness. I'm not going to talk about that. What is happy life? First of all, what is life? Life is a gap between DD. What is DD? Birth and death. Birth is not in your control. You can't choose your father, you can't choose your mother, you can't choose your place of birth, you can't choose your language. That is beyond your control. Death, similarly, same. You don't know when, where, how you are going to die, you don't know. The gap in between is filled up with two things, aging and sickness. Aging is not in your control. Whether you are educated, uneducated, whether you are wealthy or whether you are poor, aging is going to be the same. Sickness, after listening all this talk, you may think that I can escape from the sickness. I'll tell you a small story. There was a professor from Adelaide. He used to visit Darwin in 1999 to 2000. He was a young man, 44 years old. One day he felt sick in the clinic. He was investigated and they found that his liver function was not good. So investigated further, they found that secondaries in the liver. Further investigation, they found that primary in the lungs. So they got a small cell carcinoma in the liver, in the lungs, and secondaries in the liver. He is a non-smoker, non-alcoholic, he's a vegetarian. He used to do all this physical exercise. He used to drive bike from Flinders to his home. He's got a nice family, 3 children. Then he flew to USA, London, to see his friends. They said, only 3 months. That is sickness. I can give you lots of examples. You know the palace was happening. So, dear friends, birth, aging, sickness, death, not in your hand. Second point. I am here. Can you show me where I am? Where I am? This is my shirt. This is my legs. This is my hand. This is my body. Where I am? So, I'll give you another example. I got sick, say I'm sick. I was taken to the emergency department. The doctors are seeing me. They said, take this man needs urgent surgery. Take Mahendra Raja to the theatre. They are taking to the theatre. Mahendra Raja is going to the theatre. Surgeon comes and operates. He's leaving the theatre. After half an hour, he's coming in and asking, have you taken the body out? What happened? When they're taking me, they're saying Mahendra Raja is going to the theatre. And now they're telling me, take the body out. What happened? Somebody said he passed away. He passed away. What is passed away? Dear friends, human being. Human is the body, being is the soul. So we are soul with the body. What is permanent? It is soul. Soul is the one running this body. I have done so many operations with this hand. But when the soul leaves, that hand can't do anything. So what is running the body? The soul. So soul is the permanent one. The body is not permanent. So we are working always towards the non-permanent things. We never worked on the permanent things. When the soul leaves from your body, what is happening? With energy, the soul means that is called Atma, that is energy. Energy can't be destroyed. The energy can be changed in different form, but you can't destroy it. The energy what will move? It will move according to our knowledge. It moves into some other constitute body, it becomes another human being. So when the soul moves from body, what it's taking from us? What it's taking from us? Taking from my degree, my position, my bank balance? No. It is taking my positive and negative energy. The energy is moving from body. So if someone asks me, what is your age? I don't know. I can tell the age of this body. I don't know my age. So my second point is, we all should be aware that we are soul consciousness. We are soul. We are soul. That is my second point. Third point. Now you want to go to the toilet. Okay, it's up and go to the toilet. Can you tell me the sequence of the event? How it is happening? First, you should think about that. Then it should come as a word. Then it comes as an action. But when you feel the toilet, you'll ask, where's the toilet? And you get up and go to the toilet. So any event happening to you, what you are doing, is coming from your thought, then words, and action. It is similar to the seeds. We want to get a plant, the plant is coming from seeds. We want to get a mango, we put a mango seeds. We put a citrus plant, we put citrus, lemon or something. The seeds decide what plant is going to be. Not only that, if you want to get a sweet mango, you put a sweet mango seeds, then only you get a sweet mango. So the seeds decide what you are going to get. Similarly, your thought is going to tell you who are you. Your action, your words, your actions coming from your thoughts. Where the thought is coming from? Your mind. The mind is producing thoughts. Now, you are here now, I am talking. Your minds are not here. I can assume someone is thinking home, someone is thinking your children, someone is thinking tomorrow your work. So if your minds are not here, mind is always producing thoughts. Can you tell me human minds, per day, how many thoughts are produced? In a human mind, per day, how many thoughts produced? About 30 to 40,000 thoughts are going through human minds, it seems. What are they? Some are positive thoughts, some are negative thoughts, some are waste thoughts. When the thoughts comes, none of the action will happen without energy. I talk any energy. The thoughts comes, when your mind produces thoughts, you need energy. Without energy, the thoughts won't come. So if your mind is producing energy, the thoughts, your mind is depleting energy, your mind goes down. That is what when you do meditation, what is happened. In meditation, you reduce your thought, your mind power increases. That is the rationale of meditation. So, if your mind power increases, your mind becomes more relaxed and more happy. Now, what we are in the health, we are talking about always as a physical health. We never talk about the mental health. We never talk about that emotional health. So the health, you get a physical health, mental health, emotional health. There are three types of health. So I'm giving all the tips, and I can't talk about all these things. So now, the body, the physical health, you have to be, just now we saw so many things. You are giving the nourishment, you are giving the exercise, you are doing so many things. What are you doing for your mind? How many times you are cleaning your mind? How much you are nourishing your mind? Right? Because we know that the thought is the basic for you, how you are going to be. Your words, actions, everything coming from your thoughts. So, we have to nourish our mind. How are we going to do? That is where the spirituality is coming. The spirituality teaches how to improve your mind power. Mind you, spirituality is not the religion. Religion is different. Spirituality is different. Spirituality, how it helps to improve the mind power is. How we can improve the mind? Reading good books, listening to good speech, meditation, yoga, gratitude, empathy, compassion, forgiveness, all these things will improve your mind power. I'll tell you a small example. Have you all noticed that your mind has a power, it's radiating to the environment? Have you noticed that? I'll tell you a small example. Now you are thinking to ring somebody. I wanted to talk to this man. You are thinking today morning. A few hours later, that man will ring you, or you will ring him. And what is the first conversation you will have? Yeah, yes, I also thought to ring you. He will also say, yes, I wanted to talk to you. That is the first conversation. See how what you think is transmitted to the other soul. That is the mind power. It is in our level. I will tell you, Lord Buddha, if he come and he can stand here, his aura will radiate to 8 mile radius. You know why? His mind is such a very powerful mind. His mind is in an emotional, spiritual mind. So, Lord Buddha, that is, his mind is in a divine mind, because of a very high level of energy. So, my dear friends, now we need physical health. You all had a very good session of physical health. That's very important. But at the same time, we need mental health. We have to have our emotional health. I'll tell you one small story. I'll finish it with that. One day, Lord Buddha was teaching this students. That time one man walking into the room and he started placarding him with the filthy language, and his Sicilians were ready to put him out. They wanted to throw him out. But God put us in. He was waited and seeing what he placarded, he couldn't, and he left. And one of the Sicilians got up and asked him, Guru, why you didn't allow us to remove this man? All this time he was, why did you receive all this time this filthy language? Lord Buddha said, it's, my dear, you are bringing a present to me. If I didn't accept that, does it belong to whom? It belongs to me. Whoever brought the present, if I didn't accept it, that belongs to you. Similarly, that man gave the frustration, anxiety, all this agitated mind. He wanted to give all this thing to me. I didn't accept it. So what happened? He took it back. I'm happy. So, in other words, he said, if I accepted that, what will happen? What will be my situation? My mind will get agitated. I will start reacting to that. So my blood sugar will go up, my blood pressure will go up, I won't be able to sleep. See how the mind can affect your physical health. Even when that situation, your insulin won't work, your blood pressure medication won't work, because it's created. So the main culprit is our mind. So the mind control is important. So the emotional health is dependent on your mental health. I'll finish with these words. The day you feel no regret for the past, the day you feel no fear for the future, the day you feel no expectation for anything, whatever you do, you have to do it without any expectations. The day you start accepting the nature, whatever things happen, you have to accept it. So say, death in your family, you have to accept it. That is beyond your control. Sickness, you have to accept it. Beyond your control. This will give you, then you are reaching, you are closer to the happiness. Happiness means emotionally independent. That means the mind power. That is happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mahendra. Now we welcome the talented Sanvi Vagela to the stage to perform the Hindi song, Ye Ishq Hai. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Sanvi and I'm 13 years old, and today I'll be singing a song by Shreya Ghoshal called Ye Ishq Hai.
कोई तो आ जा जो जीने का मजा ये वाली लगा
Thank you, Sandy. That was a captivating performance. Now, for the most awaited session of the night, the line dancing performance. Conducted by Julie Fisher and Carol Drescher of the Top End Mustangs. Carol and Julie are here to walk you through the steps and get you to pioneer this art of the line.
Hello. Thank you for inviting us to participate here. Robin, please come up. This is not Carol, this is Robin. We're from Top End Mustangs line dancing group. Robin and I both teach there. And tonight, so our motto for our club is fun, fitness and friendship, which means we have a lot of fun dancing, make lots of mistakes and laugh. Friendship, you're always meeting new people, and we have functions so that we can all get together and have a bit of fun. And fitness, physically and mentally, to keep your minds going and keep you active. So we're going to teach a little dance to anybody who wants to get up. There's not a lot of room, but if you want to hop up and have a go, come and join us. Don't be shy. You can make as many mistakes as you like, doesn't matter. Stand by me. If you want to know anything about our classes, just come and see Robin and I afterwards. If you can't dance like, it doesn't matter. One, two, three, four.
Make sure to grab your emergency medical information book provided by Lions Club Darwin. A live music session will be performed by Malika, Raji, and Yeshua. Thank you once again. I hope you have a restful night.
Raporiak di masa depan. Lapati kakuluman bala talana Gamin gahada puradige nagina Lapati kakuluman bala talana Mandi natura metebudana Ane vasana vanme madina Nakisudumame Nebenukia Raporiak di masa depanmu Raporiak di masa depanmu Mame, makisuru mame Nebenukia Raporiak di masa depanmu Raporiak di masa depanmu Ambili mame, oma mokada kerane, pulun malaya tindan bila balane, pulun malaya tindan bila balane. Watin kutin naden, yuhuna obesin, seda yoga sadu mala sadu kiande. Pada barande, mudikande, rudisina papa lo elienderande. Pada barande, mudikande, rudisina papa lo elienderande. Ambili mame, mamokada kerane, ambili mame, mamokada kerane. Ulun malaya tindan bila barande. Ulun malaya tindan bila balani Sinarobe iramabu mali Sinahana kayo kay manami Kasamita sibekela bage Komali maragan namire Sinarobe iramabu mali Sinahana kayo kay manami Kasih sudah kenal